Hello, my name is Julie. I realize this is the first video that I ever make on this channel that is like a serious video. So allow me to introduce myself. Hello, I am Julie. I am 23 years old. I am a young Canadian artist, and I love art. I love anime, I love manga, I love cartoons, I love all sorts of things. Music, just, yeah. I'm in love with being creative, and just the feeling of creating things, just the feeling of just being able to create things is just very freeing, and I love it to bits. And just, yeah, since I am introducing myself here, let me tell you, I guess, a few facts about me. I have a younger twin sister named Sophie. She also has a YouTube channel. It's Sofixin. You may know, like, some of you may know me and my sister from Silverlark Gaming on Twitch. We tune into her streams. We are in her streams from time to time. A lot when she plays, like, party games and stuff. Well, not party games, but community games, multiplayer games. You know, play games that can be played with multiple people. And yeah, and just like me and my sister, she is also an artist, and I recommend that you go check her out because she is the sweetest, and yeah, and her best friend's stuff is the sweetest as well, and she is hilarious, and I love her. Anyway, so I have loved doing art since I was like little. I've been drawing since like for as long as I can remember, and creating for as long as I can remember, and yeah, I love creating. It's fun, and I think since I was like 11ish, 12ish, I knew that I liked making videos, even though I didn't make them way too often. Mostly because of like storage space, depending on what device I'm using, whether it's my phone or my just like, I remember when I first got my iPod back when I was 13, I made so many videos that it filled up the storage space. And I was kind of upset about that, but oh well, whatever. That's a thing that can happen. Yeah, it's kind of since then that I knew about storage space. But yeah, either way, point being, I like making videos, I like creating stuff. And yeah. One thing that's been like a thing, I guess, for me is that I'd always get nervous every time I record, despite how many videos I've recorded in the past. But I'd always get nervous whenever I get the sense that I'm being recorded. It's like, you're being recorded, say something cool or funny. And you just, you know, it's kind of a little anxiety that you get. It's like, you don't know how to be sometimes when you're being recorded, so you feel kind of awkward. Or at least I was. And I still would sometimes, but less so because I'm used to being in Silverlark Gaming streams. I'm used to being in Silverlark streams, so yeah, it just kind of got me used to being recorded and being more natural when being recorded, and just yeah. And just, yeah, don't mind my family downstairs. Just talking and laughing and stuff. So yeah, for those of you who are watching and have known me from college, or have met me in college, have known me through the college that I've been to, are going to the college currently, and just, yeah, hello. Yeah, I went to college for 2 years, and it was a college specifically for art. And yeah, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot, like, from college and also since college. Like, you never stop learning, like, as a person. Like, just in general. Not just in terms of art, but just also as a human being. You don't stop learning. Just anything. You always, like, learn something new. You learn something new every day, and it's true. Whether it be a little or a big thing, it doesn't matter. It just, yeah, I don't mind my dad and my mom. The sounds of the house downstairs. Yeah. I'm not sure what else to talk about. It's kind of like awkward because you're, introducing yourself and you don't know what to say. And just, yeah. But, don't mind my family, just talking. So, yeah. I've lived in a small city my whole life. Not city, but a small town my whole life. But I've always considered myself a big dreamer. I would always, like, dream big. I would envision, like, things for myself. Or, not sure how to explain it. I would daydream a lot. That's one thing that is, like, about me. I would daydream, like, since I was a kid. Kind of, I guess. It's kind of like a typical, like, at a normal amount. Just, yeah. Not like it became a problem, necessarily. Well, that's another story. Either way. Okay. So, I mean, I think growing up and going to school, I think there was some point where I kind of, like, got noticed that I would daydream. But, yeah, which was kind of a thing that my teachers would just point out a bit, which was, like, a mild problem, but just, yeah, I don't know. I'm a person who likes to daydream and dream about things in general, and just, yeah, I like to fantasize about stuff that I could do, and, just basically just imagining yourself being or just doing certain things is just freeing. I just think of, like, Wow Wow Wubsy. I know that's a really random thing, but I just think of the Wow Wow Wubsy thing. What are my parents talking about? Anyway, downstairs. Either way. I just think of the Wow Wow Wubsy thing, where it's there's a song specifically for, like, how your imagination sets you free, and I kind of took that to heart ever since I heard that song, and just, it really does. I mean, allow yourself to dream about stuff, and just allow yourself to dream. Like, I feel like it's kind of sad when people give up on their dreams. It's really sad to see that. And, like, personally, I think I know, if I'm not wrong, and if I remember correctly, there's maybe at least one person who I know personally who has somewhat given up on their dream, and it's like, no, don't do that. No, keep doing what you're doing. It just kind of breaks my heart to know that people don't believe in themselves enough to just continue pursuing their dream career, or their dream. And, and I just, it just kind of breaks my heart. Like, just do what you love. Like, just keep going at it. Keep believing in yourself. Even when it's tough. Like, you'll have good days and bad days. That's normal. Keep doing what you're doing. And just, don't be hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be a perfectionist. Well, I mean, it's sorry. It's just, there's an extent of, like, perfectionism is not the key to excellence. Like, just telling you that. I had to learn that for myself. Me being a perfectionist. I'm like my mom. I am a perfectionist. And so is my sister. But I learned to tone that perfectionism down. And, just, not saying that I don't have it anymore. It's just, I'm toning it down. Just, You just have to know how to control it and how to manage perfectionism, I guess, in some way. I don't know. But either way, I just realized I'm not talking about this drawing at all. But I don't know. I'm passionate about this stuff. Either way, follow your dreams, kids, and do what you love. Just, and don't be too perfectionist. Perfectionism is not the key to excellence. I had to learn that for myself, and it's true. It doesn't, nothing has to be perfect for it to be great. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about things being perfect. Or not perfect. Or you get the idea. Just you're doing great, sweetie. You know that meme. You're doing great, sweetie. Anyway, let me actually finally talk about this drawing. I realize I'm going on a tangent. Anyway, this drawing, there are a few reasons why I wanted to make this drawing. One, because I love Durarara. Two, I love these two characters. And three, I drew them back in high school. And I wanted to just somewhat, because since I've been to college and since I've learned a lot of, I've got some skills, ever since, not to toot my own horn, but I've got some skills, since then, since going to college and stuff, and skills that I've gotten from college, and skills that I've learned since, just the mix of those two. I wanted to test out, because it's been, years since I've drawn these two characters, and, literally the last time I drew them was before I hit college, so, I wanted to test out and see how I draw them today, and just how I would draw them today, and and that's the final result that I got. You'll see by the end of it. I drew these two on separate occasions, and I drew them together, I remember, once at some point. I drew a drawing, I'll put them up here. I drew Shizaya first when I was in 10th grade. I was 15, and I drew Shizaya. I already said Shizaya. I drew Izaya when I was 17, about 17 years old. And fun fact, the drawing of Izaya was one thing that I was going to submit to the college, along with my application and my cover letter. Well, wait, it wasn't a cover letter, was it? I don't remember. You had to write, basically, I had to write a big thing on why I should go to the college, and just telling them what my dreams are, and telling them why I could, excuse me, why it would be great to use, excuse me, jeez, okay, burps. Alright, why it would be good for me to just go to the college, because the basic things, I could learn a lot of stuff, and I could use them wisely, or just, use them and just, I make use of them, make good use of them, and just make great art and stuff. And that Izaya drawing that I've just shown you was one of the drawings I'd submitted, along with some other drawings that I've made that weren't really Durarara related. That was the only Durarara related one. But it just, long story short, I just, I thought of those two drawings of Shizaya and Izaya. I looked at them and I'm just I've evolved from this. I've evolved. you know, just this sense of pride of like seeing that you've grown and you've evolved and that you've just yeah. Just this sense of like, look at me back then and look at me now. Like, it just makes me think of that meme. So, look at where you came from, look at you now. I like that meme. It's so great. Yeah. So yeah, I got inspired by looking at those two drawings to just remake a whole new drawing with the two of them and just see how well I could do it based on the skill set that I got, based on the skills I have, and just and what you're seeing here is the final result of that. Just well, it's the progress of that, really. Yeah. So yeah. Let me talk about the series in general and the two characters in particular. Durarara is an anime that was released in 2011, and there was also a second season in 2015 and a third season not too long after that. There are 3 seasons in total, and it's a really good anime. I like it. I really like the urban city feel. That's one thing that I really like about the series. It takes place in a huge city, so yeah, I don't know. Just the setting itself is really good, and I really like it. And yeah, it takes place in Ikebukuro. I believe that place is in like Tokyo. I think like it's a certain part of Tokyo. But yeah, either way, Ikebukuro. I could be wrong about it being in Tokyo. I could be wrong, but I think I'm not. But I could be wrong. Who knows? Correct me if I am. But either way, yeah, it takes place in Ikebukuro, huge city, and our protagonist's name is Mikado Ryugamine, and he's just a very shy, introverted kid who wants to leave his boring life and live in the big city where things are more exciting. And so he moves to Ikebukuro, and back home, before he moved there, he made a group called the Dollars, which I think was in the form of a chat room or just like a website or something. I don't remember exactly, but just he started something called the Dollars, and people like really started like it started becoming a thing. And then when he moved to Ikebukuro, that's when things got more real. because like he gets to see because a lot of the people in Ikebukuro are members of his group called the Dollars, and he gets to see them face to face, and things go down, things ensue. And not only that, there are other street gangs in that city. There's one called the Yellow Scarves, and there's one called the Blue Squares, and I feel like there's another one, but I'm not too sure. I can't quite remember. I can't recall too well, but there's at least 2 other groups. And I won't tell anything other than the names of the group because otherwise there'd be like in terms of I won't tell anything in terms of like members and stuff of the blue squares or the yellow scarves because that would be spoilers. We also see that he has a best friend named Masao Mikida, who is he's quite the opposite of Mikado. He has a very energetic and charismatic personality. He's very outgoing and just likes to joke around and be silly, and a little bit of a ladies' man too. And he's a kind kid, and he's a best friend. He's his best friend, and And then we also see technically Masaomi, sorry, is like our deuteragonist, I feel like, in some way. And then we see this girl named Henri. Oh, I forgot her last name, but her name is Henri, and she's like a very shy girl who just happens to be in the same class, I think, as Mikado, and they become friends. And just, yeah. Alright, so let me talk about these two particular characters that I drew, and what roles they play in the story. So, the guy with the jacket and the black hair, his name is Shizaya Orihara, and he is an underground information broker, and he just likes to mess with people. He loves people. He loves humanity. Humanity, that's a hard word to say sometimes. Humanity. But yeah, he loves humanity, and he loves to see different people's reactions. Like, he likes to see people's different reactions from different scenarios and stuff. So he likes to start shit and just see their reactions, and he just enjoys it. And he likes to cause trouble. He's quite frankly like the antagonist of the story. And I guess I didn't really notice that he was. Sorry, itching my eye. Yeah, I never noticed that he was the antagonist until like a few years later. I'm like, really? Is he? And then I got to thinking about it, and it's like, yeah, he likes to mess with people. He likes to cause trouble. That's an antagonist right there. But he's probably the first antagonist of a story that I really, really love. That I would consider one of my main favorite characters of a story. Like, main favorite characters of an anime, of a show, of just, yeah. Or just, yeah. As well as, like, messing with people. He loves to mess with this particular character, which is the other guy in this drawing. The blonde guy in this drawing. His name is Shizuo Heiwajima. And, he likes to call him Shizu-chan, just as a little, just to tease him and mess with him. He loves to mess with him, but he hates his guts. And of course, a lot of people could, especially like yaoi fangirls, would just take that as, like, oh, they love each other and stuff, and it's like, it's entertaining, but yeah, you gotta keep in mind that they hate each other. I mean, not that necessarily stops anyone from shipping them, but whatever. In terms of shipping them, it's like, do I ship Shizaya? I don't know. I don't necessarily. I find the ship entertaining, but I don't think I necessarily do, because they do hate each other canonically. Canonically, they just hate each other's guts, and just, yeah. Shizaya likes to call him Shizu-chan. It's a playful little cute nickname that he just likes to call him, just for fun and just to get on his nerves. Get on his nerves, I mean. In his nerves? Really? That doesn't make sense. On his nerves. Yeah. And now let me talk about Shizuo Heiwajima. So yeah, that's his name. And now Shizuo is considered the second strongest man in Ikebukuro. And second to another character that I won't reveal because I think that's maybe a slight spoiler, although at the same time you find out at the beginning of the series. Kind of. Like the first, like, after a few episodes, I think. But yeah, either way, it's not really a spoiler to the story or anything, it's just a fact. But yeah, either way, he's the second strongest man in Ikebukuro, and you'd think that he'd be really muscly and really burly and really like just be all muscle, that he'd be very buff, but nope, he's not. Very much not. He's like a a somewhat, like, you know, a decently skinny, lanky guy of average build, and and he's just able to lift vending machines, and he's able to lift and throw vending machines, convenience store trash cans, and all sorts of stuff. He's able to rip signposts from, like, signposts? Yeah, I think that's, yeah. Like lampposts and signposts, like, from off the ground, and just use it as a weapon. Just throw it around like a javelin, and just it's obviously very unrealistic, but that's what's fun about anime. That's what we love about anime. It doesn't have to correlate with reality all the time. It just, yeah, it can be as unrealistic as we want it to be. And it's fun to play around with, you know, things that aren't too realistic. And just, you know, just, yeah. And, well, the funny thing about Shizuo is that he hates violence. And yet he's the most violent character in the entire series. Or maybe one of the most, I don't know. But he's easily enraged. He's kind of easily ticked off, especially when it comes to Izaya. And just, yeah, in which he calls Izaya a flea, or a flea bag. And, yeah, those are the two characters. I'm not sure what else to say. Yeah. I forgot to mention that he can kick around a car. Like, he's able to just kick a car around like it's a can on the side of the street, and that's insane. The dude has supernatural strength. And just, yeah. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, this little speed paint, and just, yeah, and I shall see you later. Consider subscribing if you want to. No one's pressuring you. Consider leaving a like if you want. Again, no one's pressuring you. But if you liked this video, you can, yeah, you leave a like. And just, yeah, I'll see you next time.